3 years ago, I felt completely demotivated. I didn't have any motivation to get anything done. Not for my business, I didn't want to work out, I didn't want to spend time with friends. And on top of that, I also became ill at least twice that year. And that made sure that I started researching what is the reason that I'm feeling this shit. Why am I feeling so shit in the winter? And that's what we'll dive into in this video. So the thing that was happening to me that I know now is that I was having a winter dip. And you probably have heard people say this, maybe yourself. I'm just having a winter dip. I'm not having that good of a mood. And I just want to be inside. I don't want to do anything. Your motivation levels are lower. And that is what a winter dip is. And in a more scientific term, this is called Seasonal Affective Disorder. And it basically means that you have a different mood in different times of the year. And usually this is in autumn and winter that you feel more shit because the sun goes away. And that's what I'll explain how that works and what you can do to fix your winter dip. Before I do that, I want to ask you the question. How much difference do you feel right now compared to summer? Right? Because you're listening to this or you're watching this in winter, or if you're watching this in half a year from now, then you're watching it in summer. But how do you feel in the winter compared to the summer? Because if I look back at how I used to feel in the winter, it was a lot worse than in the summer. In the summer, there was a lot of sun out and I was feeling good. And in the winter, I was always having this gloomy mood. I didn't want to do anything. I just didn't feel that much motivation to get stuff done. So the hard news that I have to tell you, if you don't do anything about the situation you're in right now, then nothing will change. You will keep on feeling a bit moody during winter. You will keep on getting sick from the flu or from the cold, and you will keep on not feeling the best that you could be. And how do I know this? Because I've been there myself. Like I told you at the start, 3 years ago, I felt completely demotivated. Couldn't get anything done. And the reason for that is that I was having a winter dip. And for winters upon winters, I thought it was just a normal part of life. It was becoming winter, the sun was going out, life was becoming a bit more slow. And that was just what life was supposed to be. But I have to tell you, that's not the case. If you fix all of these things, the reverse will actually be true. Your mood will stay the same if it's winter or if it's summer. Your energy will still be high, even if it's winter. You'll be sick less often. You'll have more pleasure in the things you do if you just fix your winter dip. So back to my story. 3 years ago, I started researching why do people have this winter dip. And what I found out is that vitamin D plays a crucial role in your hormone production, in your mood and in your energy. It's sometimes even called the master hormone because it has such an effect on the quality of your life. How your mood is, how your energy is, how your immunity is, so how often you become sick. It has such a big effect on that. But now here's the problem. If you live in a northern country like the Netherlands, like me, then at this time of the year, your body cannot produce vitamin D. The reason it can't produce that is because the sun is angled in a way where our bodies don't produce vitamin D from the sun anymore. And that's not really a problem, because you might say 2,000 or 3,000 years ago, they also didn't have that. So did they always had a winter dip? And the answer is no, because what we used to do is be outside for 80-90% of the day. And then during the fall or during spring and during summer, we would get a lot of vitamin D, we would store a lot of vitamin D, and then during the winter we would have this reserve to get on. But because now of course we are outside more often during summer, but still our days are 70-80% of the time inside doing work, causing you to not have that many stores of vitamin D, like extra vitamin D in the summer, making you have a deficiency in the winter. And what I also found out is that 50% of the people in the whole wide world have a vitamin D insufficiency. So back to me 3 years ago, I got my vitamin D levels tested and the results were absolutely abysmal. You have to have at least 100 nanomole per liter, and I had 57.8. So I was very deficient in vitamin D. And honestly, that was the root cause why I was feeling demotivated, why I was becoming sick, why I was just not feeling that well, it all had to do with the single vitamin of vitamin D. So the first thing I want you to do, if you're experiencing the same symptoms, take a vitamin D test. They're literally $50 and you can get a vitamin D test and you know exactly where your body stands. Of course, you can just take a supplement, which I recommend you to do, but if you don't know what your deficiency is, you don't know how much you need to supplement to cover that deficiency. Apart from that, how can we actually fix this winter dip? There are several things that you can do. And the first thing I just told you, take a vitamin D test and take a vitamin D supplement. Take a vitamin D3 plus K2 supplement, because if you take it with K2, then the D3 gets absorbed better by your body. The second crucial step is to be outside for 60 minutes a day, like at least 60 minutes every day, even if it's not sunny outside. Because the sun rays, they still get through the clouds and they still have an impact on your hormone system. Like I told you, you can't make vitamin D, but it still has a big effect on our hormone system. And as you know, your hormone systems are a big part of why you feel good. A third step you can take is hack your light exposure. If I wake up, I put up a big light to make sure that I wake up properly. And this is artificial light, it's not the best there is, but it does give my body a signal of, hey, you're awake, we can secrete cortisol and you can start to focus and be motivated. Because you can't get sunlight until 8:30, 9 in the morning. Before that, you want to have artificial light, so your body still gets that signal of, hey, we need to produce cortisol, we need to be awake, we need to be motivated. So to also keep your hormones in order, there's one supplement I recommend. I will make a full video on how you can optimize your testosterone. For now, you can simply take the supplement Tonkat Ali, see how it works for you, and that will have a big impact on your hormones, how you feel, your drive, and everything that has to do with that. The last thing you can do is buy a red light therapy device. Red light is actually the beneficial light that we get from the sun. And if you buy a device like that, you can use it in the morning and you will also get more energy. So in this video, we've covered why you have a winter dip, why you feel shit and what you can do about it. I'll see you in the next video.